Hey guys, how's it going? I'm going to be taking the front wheel off of the bike and showing you guys how that whole mechanism works. I know when I built the bike up I showed how I was doing it and how I did it, but it didn't really, the lighting was bad and everything, so I'm going to take it all apart. And out of all the little things that I've done on my builds, I think the way I set up this front tire was pretty unique. So, alright, now as a close-up shot of this thing, I built the primary forks, and then I've got this little mechanism bar that's on here on this side. Man, this camera's getting so bad, that lens. Jeez. And I've got bracing in here. Now what I'll do is I'll take this all apart, and then I'll, yeah. And this mechanism right here, this is the axle with a bar welded on it, and I pull this apart and then pull the axle out. You see how that's this arc comes around and holds the bar inside, and then this just loops around the bar. So yeah. Oh, I might need to get some oil for this because this hasn't come apart for a long time. Yeah. I'm definitely have to do something about that shaft because it's not very nice. Yeah. There we go. This one is the one that goes on this side. Now what I'll do is I'll take the hub off the tire and then I'll reassemble this stuff so you guys will see what it looks like. So this is how it's all set up. I've got the bars and they fold out. Now the thing is that when I put this axle on, well, actually back in the day when I realized that I had to use this type of axle, it's a 5/8 axle to match the bearings for this hub. If I wouldn't have put in these extra extensions, or even if I would have just put spacers, the axle itself would not have had enough support. So the first bump that I hit would have bent the axle in an arc. So I needed to make sure that I had support coming down here where I could still take it all apart. So I couldn't just put in a bar and put a support in there because I then couldn't take the tire out. The tire would get lodged in there. Or hell, I wouldn't even be able to put the tire in. So I needed to make a mechanism that would come apart so that way it gave the axle support and I didn't get the tire stuck, you know. So that's how it is. That's how I did that. Yeah. And so far it's been doing really well. So let me take it apart here quick again with this closer shot so you guys can see it. This is a little hard to get out, so I'm going to be this in here. This is where I can get that handle out. Voila! There we go. The only problem with this thing is that it has, when I was putting it all together, it would, trying to line all this stuff up, you know, they would, you know, welding the whole thing together, the steel, the axle would bind up a little bit. So yeah, it was still difficult putting this together, just trying to get all the alignment correct and all. But for the most part, I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Yeah, 5/8 bolt or 5/8 bearings. Now, in the time period of messing around with this bike, I really have not had any problems with it at all. I've never had the chain fall off. I've never had any of that stuff happen at all with it. The only slight problem that I've ever had with this thing was with the torque converter, only because, you know, like torque converters, they get gummy on the inside of the driver, and when you go to give it gas and you start going, you don't have a nice slow takeoff. You got that sudden jerk, you know, where the weights are sticking in the inside. So I think that's the only problem I've ever had with this thing. I have noticed I'm going to have to tighten the handlebars up a little bit, but that's about it. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. I thought I'd throw this up and let you guys see in detail how I built this front end of this thing. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get on out of here. Thumbs up the video, comment down below, tell me what you guys think about all that crazy mechanism front end, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.